There we go. Hey, everybody. Brandon, Marilyn, Marissa. I see you guys starting to pile in. It's great. So we're going to get started here in a few minutes. If you're just joining, post in the chat. We like to have interactive webinars and demos. So post in the chat where you're calling in from. Norman, Oklahoma. Okay, great. Sorry, I'm in South Florida, so it's a little warmer down here right now. Sacramento, Colorado. We are all over the country. That's great.
Awesome.
Southern Indiana. Hey, James, are you guys doing this from the office, or are you?
Yeah, I'm in the office. So we're Lincoln, Nebraska. So I saw Iowa come up in there, and that's Hawkeye territory. That gets to be a little bit of a touchy subject around here.
That's great. Do you guys have a bell? I just got this bell installed in my office. I know you do the sales.
Ours, no. So we had a gong, but we recently moved offices, so like we couldn't find the gong, so we got to order a new gong for when people hit goal and stuff. Yeah, see, ours is like a big old gong with and people would come and just, oh man, they would wail on that thing. But I think they lost it on purpose.
Somebody took it probably from the office. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I still see people joining. Go Huskers, go Hawks. There we go. See, we started in the chat.
Yeah, it started. It has begun.
So I still see people roll in. We're going to wait just 1 more minute, 30 more seconds, because the numbers keep going up. We like to honor people that are on time. Boomer sooner. Yeah.
I saw the Norman, Oklahoma one. I missed the old Oklahoma rivalry that we had. I mean, it turned into them beating down on us a lot after the 90s, but man, yeah. I missed the Big 12.
Oh yeah. We're near Miami, but they're not doing too well.
Yeah, my cousin's a big Miami fan, so he's always suffering through it.
Everybody has those glory years, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And Miami has some of the best.
Yeah. All right. So let's hop in. So thank you, everybody, for joining us here today. My name is Eric Vargas. I'm the COO of Followup CRM. And we have James. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is James. I'm an inside sales manager here at CompanyCam, filling in for probably Mike Knott, who would be doing this, but he's at a trade show with us. So yeah, I'm here at CompanyCam, and we're some of the guys that you talk to when you start a trial with us.
So we're super excited to announce this integration partnership that we have with CompanyCam. If you are on the Followup CRM side, we love CompanyCam and what they do. They really help people save a lot of time with photos and communicating with their customers, with your customers. And we're excited to introduce you guys to this partner of ours, show you the integration between Followup and CompanyCam. But before we do, we want to kind of take a step back. And one of the reasons why we wanted to partner with CompanyCam for a while is that we kind of come from the same DNA. So a little bit about us, if you don't know Followup CRM, we were built by a roofing contractor here in Fort Lauderdale. We launched after the economic crisis in 2008. And Greg Wallach in the center there with the hair and the blue shirt, he's the founder of Followup CRM. And he looked out there in the market and he said, Salesforce, there's HubSpot, there's tons and tons of CRMs out there. And a lot of the generic CRMs that he looked at didn't really work for his roofing business. And so what did he do? He designed a CRM specific for his company. And Followup CRM is really focused around sales management, lead management, and business development. And so from that first year, he grew from 6 to 9 million in the first year. And currently he's on the top 100 roofers list at 65 million for the year. Now Followup CRM, we serve 2,000 plus contractors all over the country. And a little bit more about what we do as a CRM. I know CRM can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but before Followup CRM, maybe you're managing your sales on spreadsheets, on spreadsheets, on spreadsheets. This person has this spreadsheet, that person has that spreadsheet. And then maybe you're the sales manager, you're trying to wrangle everybody together to get some kind of data together. That's a lot of the clients that we work with before, or maybe you're on a shared drive and even paper. Some people are on paper. And the problem with that is when you don't have one centralized location to manage your sales and your sales opportunity, no one's on the same page, leads and bids start to fall through the cracks, and you don't get the reporting and analytics that you really need to run a profitable company. You also see here, we have some clients that come from other CRMs out there. And really the difference between Followup CRM and other roofing even CRMs out there is that Followup CRM can manage both a residential and commercial sales process at your company. So for example, like let's say you are a residential only roofing company, there's a lot of different systems out there for you. Whether it's AccuLinks or Job Nimbus or Job Progress, and I can go on and on and on. But Followup really comes into play when you have a sales team that you're looking to manage. They're out and about, you're selling residential service, you're doing commercial jobs, big re-roofs, and you're looking to bring all of that revenue into one place. That's what Followup CRM does and how we're different than everybody else out there in the market. So the end result, what we help our companies do is move from spreadsheets to a CRM, get the reports and analytics and graphs and charts that you need to really grow your revenue in one place for all your projects, your photos, your files, everything goes into Followup CRM as it's related to that project. And we bring your company into the modern era. Countless people are on paper, are on spreadsheets still. And new clients that sign up to Followup CRM, they see average 25% increase in closing ratio, 30% in revenue growth, and 10 plus hours saved weekly. Why? Because they're organized. So now from the Followup side, if you're a Followup CRM customer and you've never heard of CompanyCam before, probably not, because they're all over the place and it's great. I want to hand it off to James so he can tell a little bit about the story of CompanyCam.
Yeah, so we're in a similar start, right? So our CEO was a project manager at his family's roofing company here in Nebraska, and he had seen a big gap in getting all the required photos from the field back to the office and then communicating effectively through that stuff. And so he's doing it like what a lot of people before they start using us are doing. You got Google Drives, text messages, emails. So things are just kind of all over the place. Poor person at the office has to try and wrangle all that stuff in through, like I said, text messages, emails, things like that. And what it does is instead, you're taking photos in an app, what people are similar or people are kind of used to using, which is like social medias and stuff like that. It does a similar thing where now you're not storing all this stuff on your phone. You snap the picture, it's loaded into the cloud, automatically sorted by job folders. And so the beautiful thing of how we're integrated with Followup is all of that stuff is going to now be able to be pulled into one place. And so what we do is make it really, really simple for all of your guys out in the field to document those jobs, communicate more effectively through that stuff, and it all sync into one localized place. And again, clear up all that storage on your phone as well. and do simple things like create reports, send photos out to customers. And we're actually bringing a lot of marketing stuff into it as well, and being able to showcase stuff on your website. So CompanyCam, we tend to be fairly industry agnostic, whether it's roofing, commercial or residential, whether it's restoration, whether it's cleaning businesses. If you take a lot of photos or document stuff out in the field, we make it really, really simple for you to actually pull that stuff into one localized spot.
That's great. Yeah. And one of the reasons why we wanted to partner with CompanyCam is both of our, we have mutual clients, right? And, they've been knocking on our door, hey, integrate. And so we finally pulled the trigger. We did it. So hopefully now we can save everybody time
Yes.
and syncing everything together. So just to do a high-level overview of the integration, on the need for the integration, I have here your sales and estimating process before slide, right? And so here you can see maybe you're on Followup CRM, maybe you're not, maybe you're on spreadsheets, and then you're on CompanyCam. Usually the lead enters the business, someone gives you a call, you get an opportunity coming to your email, you get a request for a proposal or something like that, and then you're qualifying the opportunity. Usually the first step is to enter that opportunity in your spreadsheet or in Followup CRM. From there, you're scheduling the client meeting and you're going out there, right? And you're taking a look at the project. That's where CompanyCam comes into play, where you show up, you're on site, you take your photos, right? On-site photos. And before the integration, you would have to drag and drop those photos into Followup CRM so it's stored in one spot, right? Or if you're not using CompanyCam, you would email those photos to yourself, or airdrop them, or whatever you're doing to put them all in one spot. And then from there, once you have the information you need for the project, then you're creating a proposal, then you're following up, and then you're trying to close that contract. And the reason why we're called Followup CRM is because, as you guys know, some of these opportunities, they can close in one day. Some of these opportunities can close in a year, especially on the commercial side of things, right? So following up, building that client relationship. I actually have a story of my own roof at my own house. I had a leak, South Florida, rains all the time. I had a leak and I'm like, oh man, what do I do here? So I called the top 3 roofers on Google. They all came out to my house and not one of them followed up with me. Because here's what happens. Your client looks at the $3,000 service repair and you're like, oh man, I wasn't expecting this. I'm going to ignore it for a little bit. Right? Which is not a good idea. But, for some reason on my roof, it rained once, it leaked, and the second and third time it didn't leak. So I'm like, hey, it magically fixed itself. So that's why I didn't pull the trigger initially. But then a big storm came and then it started to leak again. So not one of those roofers actually followed up with me to say, hey, how's it going? Do you still have that leak? Do you want us to come out? If one of them did, I probably would have went with them because they are on top of mind. They're following up with me. They're checking in. And that's why those 3 roofers lost out on my business. And in most of this industry, the bar is so low to follow up. If you're just following up, you're going to win more opportunities. And so once the contract is closed, as James was saying, CompanyCam comes into play where you can send reports and updates from the field to the client, and in really nice reports, so you can edit your photos, and makes it really fun to do. So before, that process and that process that I just described was very manual. And now with Followup CRM, you can see right here at what point the photos come into play and stored into Followup CRM. So now what I'd like to do is just give you a quick tour of Followup so that you can see exactly, what this looks like here. So let's see if I can pull this up here. All right. Can you see my screen? We got it. All right. So this is Best Roofing, our founder. We have special permission to show their system. So at a high level, this is that 10,000 foot view that Greg Wallach sees when he logs in the morning. And you can see all his bids and all his opportunities right here in the center. You can see that he's expecting to close these 49 bids in the next 30 to 60 days. You can see his closing ratio. You can see exactly where he's at for the month of October. You can see his quota or his goal for the month. You can see how many bids he sent out. You can see how many activities he did, how many client meetings, estimates, takeoffs, all of that. We're tracking all that within the system. So this is a high level 10,000 foot view, but the nice thing about it is that you could also get at an individual view. So Norman, he's a sales guy at the company. And when Norman logs in, he gets to see basically his book of business and how he's doing. He's looking great. He has 247 opportunities that he's managing. There's no way you can manage that on a spreadsheet. There's just no way you can do that. You can see what's hot, what's warm, what's far out there, 30% closing ratio. They need to raise his quota because he's crushing it, which is great. And so that's, high level analytics of what's going on. Now here on your dashboard, the dashboard is the place where you go to see what you need to get done for the day. So if I come back here to Norman, when Norman logs in, the dashboard just filter for his name and he says, okay, what's my game plan for today? Okay, look, I have follow-ups to do. I have estimates to do, proposals to do, and all of my projects are right here. I can see, what's coming up next, and I can knock out all these activities. So if I come in here and I open up this Bloomingdale's Boca project, it takes you to the project page. Here you have your project information. You have your sales status. You have the account manager, estimator, all the details about this project. And then you have your activities that you're doing to win the project. All of these are customizable. You can see follow up with the contact, estimate, bids, a couple of integrations that we have, the proposal, emails. You can see all the contacts related to this project, your notes. Here's an email integration, so automatic email tracking. Everything related to this project is in one spot. Now, before, what you would have to do is drag and drop CompanyCam photos into the document storage area. So if I come here, you'll see they have some photos, they have some proposals or documents that they have right there. Now, the CompanyCam integration automatically puts those photos in there for you. So let me show you here. I got a testing account so we can demonstrate this with you live. So I'm going to come in here and add a new project. And I'm going to pull up here. We're going to call this test 1014. And I'm going to do my location. No one come and find me. All right. Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to save this project. Project was created. Now, the opportunity, we're gonna pretend this is real life. The opportunity came in, they called Best Roofing, they entered the information. Now I'm going on site to take the photos. And that's where CompanyCam comes into play. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to create my project. And then I'm going to take some photos. So you can see here. So you can see I'm just taking some photos. I do a little selfie there. Done. Okay, so now that you've taken your photos on CompanyCam, you'll see here on the follow-up side, you have a button that says CompanyCam. So when you click on the CompanyCam, it's searching your CompanyCam projects. And so you can see here that we're taking some photos, right? So as soon as you click on that, we automatically link to the project, and then you can sync your photos, right? And so I have CompanyCam here opened up. And so we could come in here, see the photos that we took with some testing we did earlier. And there we are. So now your photos. Oh, it didn't work. Let's see here.
I think you picked test 2.
Did I do the wrong test
on there? Mm-hmm.
Of course, nothing works live, right? So. Okay, here we go. Photo synced. Open it up. All right. So here we got our photos. Is that the old one? That might be the old ones here. There we go. So those are the photos I just took, and they're automatically uploaded to the project. So now everything's synced up. Even if you're editing the photos in CompanyCam, it's an automatic sync. So let's say you're drawing on the photo, you're circling, the damage, doing what you got to do in CompanyCam. It will also pull these photos into Followup as well. So from there, you're selling the contract, you're sending the proposal. Followup CRM also has a built-in proposal generator that you can use the CompanyCam photos and send them out, send them over there, right? Send them to the owner or to the building owner, and you can send out the proposal, close the contract, and then continue on with your project process. So just want to pause there. James, do you have any 2 cents you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, so I can give you a brief rundown. I'm not going to give you the full gamut of how CompanyCam works, but it's a wildly simple tool, right? And that's why a lot of people tend to love it, is because we make it really, really simple to, from an app on your phone, pull this stuff in. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here with you and pull up CompanyCam itself. So as you saw a second ago, CompanyCam looks like this when you're pulled into it, okay? And like you said, creating a project is super simple. You can create it from the desktop here, or you can create it from your phone. It's literally 3 clicks on your phone to create a brand new project for it. It's zeroing in on your address, where you're at, you give it a name. Create, and now I'm taking photos. So the cool thing is, if I go in here, if I'm on the right page here, hit refresh, you should see the project that I just created already. So this is the instantaneous type of feedback that you're getting out from the field. And now when I go in and start taking photos, all of that stuff syncs back into the office in real time, right? And so now with a click of a button, all of those photos pull back into Followup. So now you're quickly putting out proposals. You can quickly get these photos back to a customer by links and stuff like that. And so another great thing is communicating internally with your team now. So if somebody has a question for you, instead of you having to do a call or a follow-up with one of your guys out in the field, instead you can just simply notify people on things and pull notifications directly to a person, pulling them right back into photos. You can create reports out of this as well. So if you're doing insurance work, great way to create a PDF, a downloadable PDF with those photos, and plug those into the like Xactimate, things like that. But from there, I can also, from the computer or from my phone, like you said, pull markups in on photos. So if I go into this one, hop into edit mode, I can now point out certain things. We got a leak right here, and you're going to be able to see all of this stuff on the computer here in a sec as well. As soon as I hit refresh, I can go ahead and save that stuff, hit refresh on this photo. There's all the markups that I just did on my phone. That's how quick it is to try and communicate and annotate directly on there, being able to easily showcase to customers exactly what it is you guys are doing or what you're looking at, because you probably get into areas where you have somebody who can't get up on a roof and actually see this stuff. And so you can actually speak through pictures as well. So easy ways to get these photos out to people. Like I said, don't want to give you a full demo of it. But this is something that we run people down in, and it takes, 15 minutes with our team. But I want to go ahead and create you a quick gallery and show you how easy it is to send these photos out to somebody. I can choose to include the who, when, and where that photo was taken. I'm just sharing out hyperlinks to people. And there you go. You're sending somebody a quick file with all of those photos for them, right? Making it really, really simple to get these photos internally. As you've seen, you don't need to share that stuff around anymore. It all uploads into the same area, but getting it externally is much, much easier with CompanyCam, because now you can just create links, you can create reports, things like that. And again, I can show you guys a lot of that stuff in 10, 15 minutes if you sat in on, or were interested in sitting in on a demo with us if you haven't seen it.
That's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, today is just a quick teaser. We can definitely dive in deeper with you guys individually on separate calls. That's a high-level overview of the integration and how Followup and CompanyCam works. So I'm going to share my presentation here, and James, you can go over our partnership offer that we have.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you're with Followup, with us, you're going to get a free 2-week trial, right? But then you're also going to get your first 2 months at 50% off. And our pricing really straightforward, really simple. It's on a month-to-month basis or on an annual basis. If you decide you really love it, you're going to be using it, you can pay and get a bit of a discount on annual as well after that. But it's on a per user basis, really, really simple. Comes out to about a cup of coffee a day for whoever needs to use it.
That's awesome. And on the follow-up side, any CompanyCam clients that are coming to Followup for this month only, and if you're attending the webinar or you have a video of the webinar sent to your email, we're going to give you $500 off the setup and training. You'll have a dedicated person that's holding your hand throughout the CRM setup process so that we can ensure that you guys are successful with setting up and rolling it out. You can reach out to us and go to followupcrm.com, or you can reach out to me personally and Vargas at Followup CRM. James, what's the best way to get in contact with you and CompanyCam for next steps?
Absolutely. So with us, there's a couple of ways to sign up. You can go to the App Store, sign up, and just download the app. You'll punch your company name in and your phone number. One of our onboarding guys would reach out to you in the first 24 hours that you got there. Or you can sign up if you want to directly reach out to me. There's companycam.com/James. I can get you set up with somebody. You have a dedicated rep to help onboard. Like I said, onboarding is really, really simple. Give us 15 to 30 minutes of your time. We'll have you with enough information to hit the ground running because we're not dealing with rocket science. We made a really, really simple product for you to use there. And then there's also james.davis@companycam.com. That's how you can send an email out to me.
That's awesome. Perfect. Perfect. So what we'd like to do next is really just open it up for Q&A. I see we have some questions. Either post it in the chat or post it in the Q&A panel. And we're going to wrap up with some questions. And let's see, we have one from Patrick. Sometimes our field guys who use CompanyCam will create the project first rather than our current CRM. Is the way to import that job to a new job or merge those into Followup? Yes. So let's say, Patrick, you're going out there and you find a building, or, you go out to the job site first, you take some pictures. When you take that, you can link it together through the CompanyCam button. It will suggest that project to you so that they're linked up, and then you can sync the photos together. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the beauty of it. You got that button there and it just queries the address and pulls any of that. So if you're dealing with, multiple properties that could be on, a similar address, maybe you got a guest house that you're doing on the same address, you can still create separate projects for that, but it's going to query the address and you can pull that project right back into Followup.
And if you ever do multiple projects at the same address, it will just suggest the 2 projects or 3 projects you're doing at that particular location, and then you can select the one that it is. All right, what other questions do we have? Any other questions? You guys made it too easy. No questions means it's too easy. That's great.
No. Can CompanyCam be used as a standalone? Yeah, absolutely. We have single owner operators who do that stuff, or who use CompanyCam. It's just if you take a bunch of documentation stuff, which even if you're not currently, most people probably should, helps you save against liability, things like that, so that you're not trying to search back through stuff on your phone. Absolutely. A big portion of our companies are, 1 to 3 user companies. So it doesn't matter if you're a 1 to 3 user company or you're 50 to 100. We're really simple and really, like I said, industry agnostic, kind of a simple tool to use.
Yeah, and both Followup CRM and CompanyCam could be used standalone, but together we have linked up so we can save both of our clients, some time.
Absolutely.
What other questions do we have?
Daryl raised his hand.
Hey, Daryl, if you can post in the chat or the QA, we'll see what other questions you have. Unless you're here to talk about, football.
Oh, here I can allow to talk too. Oh, can you talk about pricing?
Yeah, James, go ahead. That's one of our clients.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, yeah. Talk about pricing for CompanyCam. That's all
Yeah.
depending on who needs to use it. Like I said, it's super simple. So it's just however many people out in the field that you're gonna need to be using the app. Comes out to 19 bucks a month on the month-to-month plan for that person. So 3 users, 57 bucks a month is what you're looking at. Like I said, comes out to about 63 cents a day for whoever needs to use the app there. And then, like I said, with annual, you get about 16% off. Takes it down to 16 bucks per user. So that's 192 bucks a year.
It's great.
Yeah, we're going to be one of the cheapest pieces of software in your stack. Daryl, I went ahead and hit allow to talk. I think you can talk if you had a question there.
Brandon has a question. Pricing on the CRM side. So for Followup, it's $75 per user per month. And then we have a setup fee on top of that so that we can ensure everything is customized to your business, set up the way you need, and then training for the rest of your users. Hey, Daryl, if you have a question, I think you're muted there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can unmute and just say it out loud.
Danny wants the elevator pitch one more time, James.
For me, all right, yeah. So no, CompanyCam. What we do is we make it super simple for you guys to document those jobs, pull any of that information back into one localized place at your company there, communicate through those photos, through videos, make it really simple to actually get that content out to your customers, and then also ways to post stuff on your website to where people can actually see live projects that you guys have going on and not see, maybe work that you guys did 5 years ago, because it's wildly complex to try and get that stuff up on your website. So there's a bunch of different avenues. If you need help documenting your jobs, if you need help communicating with your teams or keeping track of what's going on out in the field, or you need help just moving this stuff around to customers and stuff like that, we're the tool for you.
Yeah, Danny, I just want to definitely recommend them. A lot of our clients use CompanyCam. They're great. It's super slick and it's fun to use, to be honest. And clients love receiving those photos. So
yeah. And we do not have it's not a long, complex onboarding time. Like I said before, give us 15 minutes on a Zoom meeting like this, that all trainings are included and stuff like that you don't have to pay for any of that stuff. There's no activation fees, no cancellation fees. You're going to get a 2-week run at it, plus those 2 months at 50% off. Give us 15 to 30 minutes. We'll run you through the entire project or product where we mirror our phone and mirror the desktop, show you the ins and outs, and you're going to have enough information to find out if it's something that's going to work for you or something you don't really want to check out.
Great, Brandon. I think Brandon just gave you a recommendation.
Absolutely. Thanks, Brandon. And Danny, to your point, yes, we have Spanish speaking support reps. We have Spanish speaking. We're looking for Spanish speaking reps. Also the app, if their phone language is set to Spanish, the app is actually translated or all the buttons and everything like that is in Spanish as well. So yeah, we do service Spanish speaking users. When could you set up a meeting to move forward? Here is my email. Go ahead and shoot me an email, man, and I'll get you set up with a demo here today or even early next week. We'll get you running.
All right. So we're gonna wait one more minute. Let you guys go early unless we have any more questions. Any final questions? Just post it in the chat. Happy to answer those. All right. Danny, I'll do a warm introduction to James for you. Okay.
So you don't. Oh, you can't see it on there.
Maybe they blocked it. Zoom.
Oh, did it? Here, is that right above where you said no, sir, right there? Here, I can even do this. Oh, you got it? Okay. Yeah, Eric will just intro you on that.
Yeah, I'll do an introduction for you guys. All right, James. Hey, thank you so much for hopping on and
thank you.
And we're excited to partner with you guys.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for your time.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.